come on. Hey, I got everything ready in the kitchen. What you doing? You didn't hear? We're rebooting the show. Yeah, I heard something about that. Forget it. It's way too hot for all these boots. First it was scorching hot, then we got some nice cool rain. Now it's hot again. My feet feel like two plump sausages on a grill. Yeah. Just the other day, they were like two cool cucumbers. If only there were some way to harness the cooling power of cucumber. Well, maybe combine it with the juicy, refreshing, cooling power of watermelon. Actually, we got mixed together with the cooling power of mint. I've been out in the garden. And combine it all somehow with the cooling power of being in the fridge for a while. Kind of sounds like you already know that tonight we're making cucumber watermelon salad.
You'll need only 3 ingredients for this recipe, and 2 of them are in the name. Watermelon, of course. Seedless will work best for this recipe, but if you like spitting, that's up to you. You can use whatever kind of cucumber you like. English or European cucumber has more flesh relative to seeds, but it's narrower, so there's also more skin, but the skin tends to be more tender. I'm just using a garden cucumber, which are easy to find at the grocery. Mint is easy to grow, and my garden is absolutely teeming with it. You can find fresh mint in a lot of produce sections, but I'd recommend growing your own if you can. It's just nice to have around. Cucumber and watermelon are very juicy, so I'm going to chop up the mint first. After giving it a good rinse, I pluck off all the leaves one by one. This smells incredible. I don't have specific measurements for this salad because it really comes down to how much of each ingredient you have as well as personal preference. I like mint a lot, so I'm using 3 longish sprigs. I pull off each leaf one by one, picking off any tough stems at the base of each one. The easiest way to chop leafy herbs like mint and basil is to stack all of the leaves, roll them into a cigar-like shape if you can, and then slice them into thin strips, which is called a chiffonade. If you don't want to bother with that, or if you have a lot of small, irregular leaves, you can just chop away in a safe but chaotic fashion. It's not that serious. For a cucumber like this, I would recommend peeling the entire thing. I don't mind the peel, and I actually kind of like to chew it, but it can be tough, a little bitter, and it often has a waxy coating. Whether you peel it or not, be sure to wash it first. I would also recommend removing the seeds, which you can do pretty easily by scraping a spoon along the core of the cuke. I also don't mind the seeds, so I'm going to skip that step as well. Again, it really comes down to personal taste. Now you know what a bite-sized piece looks like to you. Depending on the size of your cucumber, it might be as simple as slicing off the ends, quartering the whole thing into spears, then slicing the spears into roughly 1/4-inch pieces. If that's too big, you can slice each quarter lengthwise, and then cut them into whatever size looks good to you. Cutting up the watermelon is the trickiest part of this, just because they're so big and juicy. The cutting mat I'm using has a slight bow and a texture that keeps most of the liquid in place, but I'd recommend having a towel close by, or even placing one beneath the cutting board, assuming it won't affect the stability of the surface. You can get pre-cut watermelon, which is more expensive, but it makes this recipe super easy. A small seedless is a great option for this, but I'm using part of a larger watermelon that I've previously quartered. Again, be sure to wash the rind before making any cuts. There have been multiple foodborne outbreaks this summer, and even when there aren't, you always want to wash your produce. Even though you're not eating the rind, any pathogens on the outside will hitch a ride on the blade and infect what you're eating. The easiest, safest way to proceed is to make sure your knife is very sharp, then slice off an end of the melon so that it has a flat base to sit on. Then you can cut the whole thing into slices. Each of those slices is so easy to work with, you could switch to a plastic knife at this stage, or even a butter knife. If you just cut in straight lines, you'll end up with plenty of cubes in whatever size you like. You'll also leave a little bit on the rind. It's the chef's privilege to nibble these remains. If you end up with some of the white part of the rind on your cubes, it's perfectly edible and very similar to the cucumber. But if you don't like it, you know what to do. Now you're almost done. Everything goes into a bowl where you can use the utensil of your choice to toss it all together. It's ready to eat now, but it will be even better if you let it chill in the fridge for at least an hour. Not only will it be nice and cold, the mint will have a chance to settle in. Now you have a nice side dish, a healthy dessert, or a refreshing treat for a hot summer day.
All right. Oh, hey, looks like you liked it. Oh, it was great. Totally refreshing. Little sticky. If I'm honest, my feet are a little too cold now. You didn't put the salad in your shoes. No, I did whatever would have been normal.